ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents Resolve.
Second station, but this time, Ulan challenging the blockers and making a defense.
Composure. Control.
From the other side. Process again. And that. The Lady Dominoes in control so far of set number 2.
Confidence.
This is what 200 to say. Yeah. Check ball. Will they go 5 straight? Let's see. Doses the set.
Perseverance.
Solo lang. Podcast naman ngayon. Roll, set.
Oh, and Titi Santiago still gets the line.
Grace.
Mata. Off to Daniel Juan. And we're tied to Pineda. Pineda.
Resilience.
Oh! Nobody home for Anderson! And as it is, Iuno si Valdez, malapit sa net. Kuha pa rin.
Tenacity.
Again.
This is the UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Greatness never ends.
Beautiful view of inside the arena in San Juan, our venue today for your Wednesday doubleheader. The first game, the defending champions undefeated at 12-0 will try to maintain that clean slate as they take on the lowly Lady Warriors of University of the East at 0-12. Still seeking that first win of the season. In the second game today, the Ateneo de Manila Lady Eagles, safe already at the third spot in the standings with an 8-4 record, will try to prevent UST from trying to fight for a fourth seed at 4-8 in the standings. Magandang hapon. Thank you for watching us on ABS-CBN Sports and Action. My name is Eric Defan alongside Noreen Go. And courtside, we'll be hearing from Inong Siaco reporting for De La Salle University and Kat Salao reporting for University of the East. Noreen, for La Salle, this consistency here. They want to finish strong. They want to send this thing into a step-ladder format. For UE, obviously, you know, try and play strong, fight strong till the end of the season.
Well, today is a battle of the top seed and the seed from the bottom. Of course, you in LaSalle. Interesting because LaSalle, although their focus is, you know, the finals already, UE is still on a game-to-game basis.
Yeah.
And today, you know, no pressure. I mean, they're the team with the least pressure in this game. And you don't know, you know, they might pull like a set out from under LaSalle.
Can you even say an upset? We'll see. Take a look at the team standings to give you a better picture of how things fare with about 2 games remaining for all of the teams in Season 76.
Yep, LaSalle, we are saying 12-0, the hottest team. Second hottest team, of course, NU 12-1. And then Ateneo, you already mentioned, they're number 3 already, 8-4. And the tight race for the 4th place, Adamson FU 6-7, UST not out of it, 4-8, UP 2-11, UE 0-12.
And makikita nyo at 4-8, you can see with a couple of games para sa UST, ito yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. We slightly mentioned it. UST still has a chance na manggulo dun sa 4th spot if they win their next 2 games and tie with FEU and Adamson to create a playoff scenario for the 4th spot in the Final 4.
Yeah, so actually the Final 4 isn't set yet. Final 3, yes. But the battle for 4, every game is important for Adamson, FEU, and UST.
All right, let's take a look at the first meeting between De La Salle University and the University of the East. And of course, as expected, De La Salle dominant all throughout, although UE put up a good fight, especially in the 3rd set. But of course, the defending champions prevailed.
Well, you know, LaSalle really pounded on UE. They showed in that game how their maturity and how they can work as a unit. Although Coach Ramil would, you know, shuffle his players, still everybody performed an all-around game. But for UE, you said it, they gave chase or they challenged in the third set, and they should be proud of that because again, we keep saying that rebuilding team of UE and LaSalle is actually, peaking, especially in the season. Look at the numbers in terms of spikes. 36 to 24. When you look at all the numbers, there are decent numbers for UE. You can't say that UE played lousy. It's just that LaSalle, really a more mature and experienced team. Finals experience in the finals as well. You can see 36-24, but the rest, very decent numbers for UE, so they should be proud of it, especially what happened that day.
All right, let's put our focus on De La Salle University. The Lady Spikers have been impeccable. I mean, wala kang masasabi sa nilalaro nila all throughout the season. They've been magnificent in their last game that was against USD. A lot of people expecting USD na umangat yung level of play because they are outside of the Final Four picture looking in. Pero despite the urgency para sa USD, they were unable to really threaten itong LaSalle and maybe even force them into a 4 or 5 setter, not even close.
Well, the beauty of this LaSalle program is although they will get challenged in like 1 or 2 sets, they are able really to maintain composure. Look at the numbers there. Spikes again, 38-27. LaSalle lording it over. In terms of service, 6-2. Everything else pretty much even. But again, as a whole, LaSalle able to maintain that composure. We always say, because that's important in a squad, you may be challenged by your opposing team, but it's how you treat or how you embrace the challenge is what's important. And obviously, LaSalle has mastered that.
And all throughout, their years of playing, they've gained experience, maturity, and all of that. And they have an excellent mix of young players and veteran players. And we're going to talk to one veteran player ngayon. Abby Maraño was earlier with Ina Ongsiaco. She spoke about this, great winning streak and how do they deal with the pressure of avoiding a loss before the end of the elimination. So let's listen in.
Well, Abby, definitely a 20-game winning streak is something to be proud of. Tell me, paano mo na-accomplish to? Especially since you were captain rin last season.
Siguro yung pipiliin mo na everyday training na magkaroon ka ng willingness na mag-training ka and of course yung ma-enjoy mo yung every training day mo. Yun siguro yung isa secret kasi kapag training namin talagang nag-enjoy kami and of course focus din, hindi nawawala.
Ngayon, now that you're 2 games away from sweeping the elimination round, may pressure ba to sweep the elimination round? And if so, paano mo na-handle to?
There is always a pressure within someone, but then it's a good pressure for you to turn it into challenge, turn it into motivation for yourself na to keep moving forward. Of course, sa team namin, we always situate na yung pressure namin, ginagawa namin as something to remind us, kailangan natin mag-pursue pa. Of course, continue what you started. Siyempre, lahat kami well motivated to end this season well.
Thank you, Abby, and good luck in today's game. Back to you, Eric and Noreen.
It's all that focus and motivation. Yun yung binanggit, yun the keywords that I picked up para kay or from Abby Maraño para sa LaSalle. That's what they're doing. That's keeping them, playing extremely high level of volleyball.
Yeah, and you can sense that Abby Maraño is a player who thrives on pressure, and you gotta love the attitude that she gives. She treats it as a challenge, a motivation, and what's nice about LaSalle as well is it's not only enjoyment. They're enjoying, but the focus is still there while enjoying.
All right, pag-usapan naman natin ang Lady Warriors of University of the East, a team that has struggled all throughout the season, and their record speaks for it. At the 0-12, they lost their last game against Ateneo. We'll take a look at some of the highlights of that and also some of the numbers. It's more of the same for them talaga each and every game. What they will look forward to as they finish the season is gaining experience and be a better team for season 77.
Oh, definitely. What's nice about UE is, I guess, coming into the season because also of the loss of Dawis, which is their veteran and captain, parang the belief or they didn't believe too much in themselves. You can look at that game first, no? Spikes 35-20, Ateneo just lording it in all categories. So 8-1 block service, 7-1. So Ateneo just played an all-around game there, and but again, let's talk about UE. For me, coming into the season, parang they didn't really believe in themselves. But as each game progressed, you can see the improvement. They didn't win, I mean, a single game, but it's the quality of the sets that you gotta admire. And you know, Coach Boy, again, we always say he makes all the sense in the world trying to motivate his team. He's getting across. He's getting through finally.
And they've got good core players like Shaya Adorador. She's going to be a huge player and a great talent para sa UE next season, that's for sure. Now, you mentioned Coach Boy Dalisan. We'll go to this interview by Kat Salao kani-kanina lang, and this was about the huge task of going up against La Salle today, and also what they will build on going to season 77.
Coach Boy, alam natin na hindi madali to face a tough team like DLSU. So may special preparation po ba kayong ginawa for this game today?
So far, walang masyado, no? Kasi ang ano namin talaga is parang nag-double preparation kami. So ang ibig ko lang sabihin, kasi yung preparation namin for Lasal, also for UP. So ang instruction ko lang sa mga bata is yung focus lang, mental toughness, yun lang naman.
And Coach, now that we're down to our last 2 games, meron po ba kayong gustong sabihin sa mga fans na dapat abangan ng mga fans natin sa Lady Warriors next season?
Marami. Kasi siguro naman with the experience this season, yung susunod na season, especially kami ang host, pwede natin abangan siguro si Shaya, yung mga rookie ko, siguro by next season, matibay na yan.
Thank you so much, Coach Boy, and good luck to your game later.
That's what you gotta love about Coach Boy Dalisan, and I've been talking about this with other analysts as well, that he is one of the most optimistic guys I've ever seen. And you know, there's reason to be optimistic. Shaya Adorador, a great talent, and so many others they can build on. Alcaide, Jasmine Alcaide, you know, these guys will be great players come next season para sa UE.
Yeah, obviously the foundation of this UE squad next year, and they said it, they're going to be the host next year. So we're going to expect a different team altogether with the experience they got from this season.
All right, set number 1 coming up between La Salle and UE. Coach Ramil De Jesus, obviously the man behind this great playing Lady Spikers of De La Salle University. He will get his tactics on against Boy Dalistan and the UE Lady Warriors, looking to win their first match of the season. Coming up, set number 1 right after these.
This is the UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Greatness never ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant Wednesday afternoon from the Veloy Flying V Arena here in San Juan as we bring you the last week of the elimination round in your Season 76 UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. Officiating match number 51, our first referee, Romulo Reforzado, National Referee. Our second referee, Erlindo Eusebio, National Referee. Now let's meet the starters first for the still undefeated 3-time champions, De La Salle Lady Spikers. Number 18, Sid Demicilio. Number 9, Kim Fajardo. Number 6, Desiree Cheng. Number 2, Team Captain Abby Marano. Number 8, Aaron Galang. Number 3, Mika Reyes. Their libero number 5, Don Macandili. The head coach of the Lady Spikers, Romil De Jesus. And now, starting for the UE Lady Warriors. Number 4, Abby Ponon. Number 15, Jasmine Alcaide. Number 9, Shan Manansala. Number 1, Shaya Adorador. Number 10, Shelo Grace Ramos. Number 5, Team Captain Faith Bulan. Their libero number 12, Pia Sarmiento. And the head coach of the Lady Warriors, Boy Dalistan.
To call this a daunting task para sa UE is definitely an understatement. Shaya Dorador finished with 11 points in their last game, yung loss against Ateneo. Yun lang yung output ng second leading scorer ng Lasal in their last game against UST. Si, if I'm not mistaken, Mika Reyes yun with 11. The highest scorer was 18 points para kay Aragalang. So just on pure firepower alone, Noreen, no? Very outgunned itong UE for sure.
Yeah, but that goes to show, you know, how Kim Fajardo really sets. She distributes the ball. So when you look at actually the statistics, a lot of people, they say, oh, who's leading? The leading scorer, who's part of the race for the MVP. You know, LaSalle is just so well-rounded that not one person really standing out. Everyone is contributing.
Because of yun nga, nabanggit mo, distribution of number 9 at Kim Fajardo of LaSalle University. And right away, like clockwork, diretso agad yung puntos.
Talagang easy does it for LaSalle. They're just showing us talagang they're at a different level altogether.
For UE, nabanggit na natin to so many times, you know, they should be at that point where there is no more pressure for them. You know, they should play as relaxed and as you know, as they should have as much fun as they can on the floor, because when you do that, you at least play relaxed and you can make wiser decisions on the floor.
That's right. And you know what I liked about what Coach Boy was saying is their preparation is actually for UP. Because realistically, yun yung talagang the game that they can really, you know, prepare and hopefully get their first win, di ba?
Exactly.
But you know, that's how Coach Boy looks at things, and realistic, and you know, not just this game.
What's very surprising as well is the fact that this is the first time I've ever heard Coach Boy Dalistan prepare for 2 games in a row. He usually just mentions 1 game at a time lang. Ito, well, let's focus on this and this. He's a very focused coach, pero ngayon niya lang binanggit because obviously that's their biggest chance to win a match this season is against UP.
Yes, not to belittle UP or anything. They just upset FU. Just, you know, Coach Boy being realistic.
Let's go to Ina Ongsiaco for our first report today.
Eric and Rain, definitely Coach Ramil de Jesus is still always looking for areas to improve on with the Lady Spikers, and one thing he has stressed on recently is their presence of mind, showing his full support and trust in his players. Ang sabi lang ni Coach Ramil sa mga Lady Spikers, syempre may nakikita ako na baka di nyo makita habang kayo ay nasa loob ng court. Pero iilan lang ang mga timeouts natin, kaya di pwede na ako na lang palagi ang nagsasabi sa inyo kung ano dapat nyong gawin. Dapat kayo din nag-analyze at nag-anticipate on your own para maka-adjust kayo agad-agad kahit wala pa akong sinasabi sa inyo. Now lastly, Eric and Noreen, you may notice that the Lady Spikers are 2 players short right now, as the Cruz twins, Camille and Shen, are currently attending the wedding of their sister, Sergio Cruz. Eric and Noreen?
All right, great report. Thank you, Ina. So, congratulations, I guess, to the Cruz family.
8 siblings, diba? We found out.
8, and they're adding a brother-in-law.
Yep. And by the way, it's not Cha Cruz who's getting married.
Just kasi tayo, yun agad una natin tanong. Is it Cha getting married? But going back to that report, Coach Ramil de Jesus is now at that point where medyo autonomous na yung team niya, no? You make decisions on the floor. Pag nakita yung nagkamali kayo, huwag nyo nang hintayin mag-timeout ako because bilang lang ang timeout, you basahin yung laro and make adjustments already. And that's in preparation for a championship. That's for sure. And we all know that's where LaSalle is headed with a great performance so far in season 76.
Yeah, and what's nice about that is, you know, he doesn't make his players mechanical. They're not robots out to follow, you know, the maker of the robots in Coach Ramil. He wants them to think. He decided to know.
Ngayon, kunin natin yung first report from UE with Kat Salaw.
Earlier, Coach Boy said that many may criticize the Lady Warriors for their record this season, but he doesn't get as affected with that dahil ang mas tinitingnan talaga ni Coach Boy ay ang long-term effect ng season 76 sa kanyang rookie team. According to Coach, he says no one can deny that this rookie team showed fighting spirit and skill that can only improve in the future. Maganda ang naging performance ng team ngayong second round, according to Coach. And Coach is happy that at least holds a team who refuses to give up. Walang attitude problem sa team, and will only have Faith Bulan and Madel Guevara graduating. And in fact, for Coach, the girls accept these losses as great experiences and very gracefully. Lastly, I learned today is a special day for someone in Coach Boy's life. So on behalf of the UE Lady Warriors and ABS-CBN Sports in Action, happy 76th birthday to the mother of our Coach Boy, Nanay Maria Dalestan. Eric and Noreen.
All right, thank you, Cats. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
76. Wow. So, balikan natin naman yung report ni Cats. Ano? Yeah, for sure, you don't want to be as heavy with all that pressure and demanding your players to, still produce favorable output because the season is lost.
Yes.
So, you want them to, kasi medyo, the season is a bit, if you look at the record based on just the standings, it's a negative season para sa kanila, but you want them to take away something good, that they had fun this season, they gained plenty of experience, so that season 77 they will be more challenged instead of intimidated going into next year.
Yeah, that's so true. That's why I'm saying, obviously the players through the process of the season, parang they're listening already to their coach who's been motivating them. Some people would say it's parang blind motivation, diba? But it's not. I mean, it's just the way he looks at things, about glass half full, not glass half empty. It's more of being positive.
8-6, LaSalle with a 2-point lead over UE in set number 1. De La Salle University on the brink of sending this into a stepladder format. There you see Anusorn Bundit, the head coach of Ateneo, Tay Bundit as they fondly call him. The scouting obviously, and I'm sure it's for LaSalle because they will not be seeing at UE anymore this season, and Ateneo with hopes of making it to the finals, but it's going to be a tough road for them in case, because they're going to have to go through NU and then LaSalle if they want to win a championship. Maraming nga nagsasabi, Ateneo, obviously a different team now with a different makeup, different head coach and all that.
Yep. You're right, though, that the road to the finals for Ateneo is very tough, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
We've seen brilliance from their games. Of course, Eliza Valdez always playing well, but if the team gets to step up and really support Valdez, you never know what happens.
Just to remind the viewers, twice to beat advantage meron na ang LaSalle and NU. That can't change anymore. So for the teams at 3 and 4, they're gonna have to beat these very talented teams, LaSalle and NU, twice to upset them and make it to the finals.
Right, but people are asking, let's say LaSalle sweeps, there's going to be a stepladder
format.
So, the 4 and 3 will go against each other, then we'll go up against 2, and then
and 2 with the twice to beat advantage. So it's not gonna be easy. Either way. It's still gonna be tough. Mas madali lang for LaSalle because they're gonna have a long rest period before the finals, because they're gonna wait for 3 and 4, and then whoever wins to challenge 2.
Right, but as players, we all know that we don't like the wait. We just want to play. So parang it's better pa nga minsan Final 4. Okay, let's get it over with and play the finals. Kaysa you wait for a week.
Speaking as a player, you would prefer, sans the prestige of being undefeated, you'd rather want the Final 4 instead of having to wait for a long time, maybe a week.
I mean, that's me, because when I was playing before, you just want to play You just want to keep playing and play. Kunyari may break kasi may signal number 3. And you feel so irritated or agitated kasi, don't get to play. I mean, that's how much we love playing. I know Mozzie can speak the same lingo, but that's the way it is, diba? If you wait for so long,
yeah, parang the anticipation will, it's painful, that kind of wait. 11-8 now, LaSalle. Adorador gets it through the block. Fajardo, Maraño, nice defense by Sarmiento of UE.
Sarmiento has been playing well in this season.
Yes. Pero this is where LaSalle really has the advantage during the long rallies, because they're a team that can maintain composed no matter how many exchanges you've had. Owishi oh wow moment of the game, open up to everyday surprises.
Yeah, and not only that, they really just have so many options. Players can spike from the back. They have their plays, so many options for LaSalle.
Manansala with a point there. This was a check, and also a LaSalle player touched the net. So 9 serving 12, set number 1.
Yep, UE doing a good job here in the first set, keeping it close. And because they're actually digging very well.
It seems like they are playing a little bit more relaxed than the usual.
Yeah.
And they haven't won a set against LaSalle this season. They lost in a sweep in the first meeting. This is their second meeting. So a chance for UE to win one here.
Yeah, but you know, they shouldn't feel bad because only FU was able to get a set from LaSalle.
True, true.
Not even NU or Ateneo got a set.
It's going to be a bit of an achievement para sa UE if they do get a set here against LaSalle, and maybe a huge morale boost going into that matchup against UP.
Yep. And if ever they get even just a set from LaSalle, that's going to make their season.
For sure. That would be impressive by, no short measure. Net violation again. Again, Abby Maraño, a couple of net violations from LaSalle so far in set number 1.
Medyo relaxed, they're playing too relaxed right now, LaSalle, because this is still their first 6.
And UE taking advantage. They're already just within 1, 12-13. And that's with Shaya Adorador in the back row too.
Oh. And again, that goes to show the maturity of UE from the first game to this game. We saw the improvement, really. No, don't look at the stats or the standings saying that, they won or they haven't won a game. It's per game that we cover, diba? I mean, they'd get a set from UST. They get a set from FU, something like that, diba?
And for a young team, that's all you want. If you're Coach Dalistan, you're a fan of UE, that's what you want your team to have. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and eventually, they'll get around to putting together sets to win a match.
That's right, that's true. And that's an attitude to have, like what Faith Bulan did. She saw the blockers, she's gonna challenge.
Great play from Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Expect more from the small sedan. A little slow for Ramos that time to go for it. Medyo mabagal naman yung bola, pero she just didn't have that much energy to jump into that defensive position.
Yeah, it's such a wasted opportunity because it's not the strongest nga of spikes get the ball, but again, you said nga, and their defensive formation not there.
No one was there. This is another weakness ng UE, and we'll get to talk about that, the setting problems that they've had all season long as well. 16-13, LaSalle leading over UE set number 1. Back here at the arena in San Juan, ating coverage of UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Eric Tipan with Noreen Go. 16-13, LaSalle over UE, set number 1.
And don't you just love watching both teams face each other? Christmas colors tayo ngayon, green and red.
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah.
Ooh, another net violation. These things are creeping into LaSalle's game. Dalawa kay Abby Maraño. Ito si, Mika Reyes.
Yep, uncharacteristic errors for LaSalle. But again, that's an obvious net violation. But again, this should be also a testing ground for LaSalle because obviously they're looking towards that game against NU. You cannot relax even if you're playing, a team who hasn't won a game. You have to make this parang your stepping stone, diba? Kailangan focus ka pa rin on your goal.
And if we know Coach Ramil, I'm sure he's not happy seeing these errors na usually hindi niya naman nakikita sa team niya. Medyo marami-raming naibibigay na puntos dito ngayon.
Oh, UE on the other hand doing a great job. They're just down by 1.
They're not wasting the opportunities given to them. Reyes gets it through the block of Jasmine Alcaide.
at least for UE, you gotta be happy. You got a hand on that. So the next time you do that, kailangan you just focus on, closing out the block.
Gatorade fueled spike of the game from Gatorade, win from within. That's what you love naman about Mika Reyes. She really is hard-working at the net. She will, never give up, never get discouraged.
That's true.
If she's unsuccessful once, you'll see her come back again. Back-to-back points from her.
Oh, tsaka Mika Reyes is a player who's unfazed by errors.
Yeah.
Diba? Ang maganda yung attitude, guys. I'll make bawi, I'll do better the next time.
19-15 Lasal. Pakinggan natin ang timeout ni Coach Boy Dalistan.
Hindi kasi tayo po, kasi itong vlogger nila, di ba? Vlogger nila, kamukha mo, Mitch. Pumapalo ka, dito ka kumukuha, sumusugod nga sila rito. Ang lagi target, nandito. Naintindihan? At kung maghuhulog ka ng bola, hindi tayo pwede mag-roll lang. Nag-off spin ka lang, itulak mo, open palm. Naintindihan? Come on, discarte tayo. Pagpasok mo, pumunta ka muna rito at saka ka mag-layout. Ang ginagawa mo, tumatakbo ka agad ng diretso. Pagkas nandito si Abby. So pag nandito si Abby, paano ka papupunta? Tama ka muna rito.
A happy birthday pala to a member of the ABS-CBN Sports family, Fernilio Pascua. Happy birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Dumating na ating brewed coffee, courtesy of the birthday boy. 1915.
Well, you gotta love what Coach Boy was telling his players, how to attack the defense of LaSalle. Kung may blockers in front of you, saan mo dadalhin?
Yeah.
At least, diba, that gives the players parang things to ponder. Where am I gonna bring it now? But they can also think.
Block of the set from Betadine, 7.5% feminine wash. For red days, it's better to be protected. And it's also a lot better if you're physically gifted like LaSalle.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, right?
No, but Fajardo has proven also that she's not just a great setter, she's an excellent blocker.
And this is the magiging malaking problema para sa mga challengers ng LaSalle in the finals is dealing with Kim Fajardo for sure, because you can deal with the blockers if you know where with the spikers if you know where they're going to be, pero you can't because Kim Fajardo is so talented at the net para sa LaSalle. That's a problem.
All-around player.
Oh, nice block. Jasmine Alcaide right there denying Aragalang.
I think UE showing us that, even in defense, they've improved. How many blocks have they got? Although this is a solid block, a point for them, but even then, previous plays, they're able to get a hand on that. And this is against LaSalle. That's
true. 16-21. Drop ni Aragalang. Underhand set kay Manansala. Fajardo. Galang. Nice job, Manansala. Being alert there. Bulan from the back row. Nice work by Alcaide at the net.
Yeah, but good save by Galang.
Great awareness. Reyes. Great digging by UE, pero a net violation.
Sayang.
Yeah. They were in that point, and they stayed composed. You love that they didn't get rattled.
Sayang, that was a great dig by Bulan.
Just barely grazing the net. Manansala will sit down, and Kakaimat will check in.
But obviously for LaSalle right now, their first option is going to Mika Reyes or the center for that quick.
Adorador is blocked. Here's the Kaimat coming off the bench. Medyo malamig pa.
Baptism of fire for the Kaimat.
Yeah, she didn't really have any lift on that first attack of hers for the match. 23-16.
Well, after UE was able to keep this close, LaSalle pulling away here in the first set.
Just out from Adorador, sending LaSalle to set point. 24-16.
Well, at least for LaSalle, at least the fans, you gotta be happy that although they did commit a lot of unforced errors in the start of this game, ngayon medyo they limited it already.
And that's it for set number 1. As expected by the fans here of De La Salle University, they take it in a relatively easy fashion. 25-16 DLSU over UE set number 1. Back here at the arena in San Juan for our coverage of your Wednesday volleyball doubleheader, La Salle UE. Both ends of the spectrum sa ating standings. La Salle at 12-0 and UE at 0-12. And the first set going to La Salle, but UE put up a little bit of a fight. Got some blocks in there and also had some decent attacks against a very formidable defensive team in La Salle.
Yeah, actually the end score of that first set is by no means what happened in that set because UE again started out playing well. La Salle a bit shaky, a lot of unforced errors, but at the end La Salle pulled away, was able again to just stay there, stay afloat. Look at the scores, the numbers in terms of attacks: 9-5, blocks, service aces, unforced errors is pretty much not too bad, not too far, but for La Salle, it's just that in that game they were able to minimize, that 9 errors that happened towards the early part of the game, the set, and they're able to eliminate it and win that set easily.
Oh, happy birthday to one of our game producers, Malu Neri of ABS-CBN Sports. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Wow, so many birthday celebrants this month of February, right? The love month with Valentine's approaching on Friday as well.
Yeah, so beware of the traffic.
I've heard of the legend
For sure.
of the Valentine's Day Friday traffic. Well, wearing all red today, obviously, from UE. That's their team colors. Set number 2 about to get underway.
Well, Coach Ramil obviously not taking chances still in this match, still using his first 6.
Oh, nga, no? That's a little bit surprising. I was expecting Coach Ramil to, field in some of the second stringers to get them to see some action before they hit either step ladder or Final Four.
Oh. Yeah, I think he wasn't satisfied, with their performance in the first set. Because normally you do that if it's a comfortable lead, you're happy with the way they're playing. Okay, let's field in your second stringers. But obviously, he doesn't like the fact that they relaxed in that first set. So ngayon, maglaro pa rin kayo. Yeah, I think that's the way he's thinking right now.
1-1, set number 2. The big game for these girls will be on Saturday. For those of you who don't know the schedule, La Salle NU po yun. Saturday at the Araneta Coliseum. So make your plans if you are thinking of watching that game. That's where we're going to be.
Yeah, people are talking about it. That's a very much anticipated game.
Great play by UE. From Mitsubishi Mirage G4, expect more from the small sedan. Over received. Reyes. And that's what you love about La Salle. They rarely miss out on opportunities like free balls, chance balls.
Oh, tsaka what's nice, yung attitude nila is they're raring to go. Whether you give it to me or not, I'm prepared. That's hard to stop.
Very hard to stop, yeah. Bonon to Adorador. Block. Good digging by Adorador. Galang.
Oh, still alive.
Great defense on the floor by UE. Wow.
Very aggressive at the back.
Very admirable defense. And finally, the kill by Desiree Chen. for a Lasal lead, 3-2. Let's go to Ina Ongsiaco.
You mentioned it earlier, Eric and Noreen, and definitely Coach Ramil De Jesus was not happy with the first set performance of the Lady Spikers, especially since he just commended them for being so well conditioned in their recent practices. Sabi nga ni Coach, di tayo nag-ensayo sa ganyang galaw. Now referring to the various errors the girls committed in the first set, all Coach Ramil had to say was this: wala na naman tayo sa utak nyo. Ang mga ginagawa nyo, huwag nyong sayangin lahat ng mga pinaghirapan nyo. Kayo lang naman ang pumipigil ng sarili nyo kasi hindi yung kalaban nyo, Eric and Noreen.
Thank you, Ina. That is correct. Wala talagang, they gave plenty of points away. I mean, 9 unforced errors with UE coming up with 13. So, hindi na nila napigil masyado yung sarili nila. And di pa rin nila napilitang mag-error ang NU or ang UE by a little more than 13. Maliit lang ang difference. No?
Yep, and even now, no, marami rin silang unforced errors. But kami yan si Coach, because you gotta instill some discipline in your girls na even if mahina kalaban mo or in paper, a winless team, you cannot, go to a game playing relaxed, parang binabaliwala mo. He doesn't like that then.
Obviously, that's just disrespect to the game itself, first and foremost, right? I mean, when you step on the floor, especially at this level, you have to come in knowing that you're going to play 100%.
Yes.
Bonon.
But good reception.
Oh, nice job by Bulan. There, a call is, or a check is called. Now she's showing a lot of maturity.
Yeah.
Faith Bulan, no? Didn't start out that way sa panimula ng season 76 na rin.
Oh, di ba there are games that Coach Boy Dalistan would take him out of the game, make him think, talk to him.
And there were so many times as well. So at the start of the season, we were talking about her being the veteran, the leader, pero yun nga, she kept committing some of these rookie errors. A wishy oh wow moment of the game, open up to everyday surprises. Now that's a veteran leader, Abby Maraño, no?
Oh. The typical Abby Maraño, he always just plays with 100, 110%.
Mika Reyes scores another point, 7-5. Set number 2, Lasal.
That's really, when you're facing Lasal, diba? No rotation is easy kasi if you have Mika Reyes in front, diba? 3 rotations, if not Abby Maraño, in terms of middle blockers. So talagang no rotation is easy for the opponent.
Good defense. UE again. 8-5. DLSU over UE set number 2. DLSU leading UE 8-5, set number 2, and they're also up 1-0. Coming up later, Ateneo taking on UST, and the men's team supporting the women's team, obviously, again, Ateneo already at number 3 in the standings and securely there, as Coach Bundit really done a spectacular job in his rookie season as a coach for the Lady Eagles.
Can you imagine the hurdles that he had to overcome? As
culture.
Exactly.
And then the language barrier. I mean, that's not easy. That's no joke.
That's right, and for them to still be at 3, that's already very impressive.
And they went through a major lineup change.
Yeah.
And new system and all that. It's very impressive what he's done. Let's talk to Kat Salao.
Coach Boy said kung nag-one step up sila, bakit tayo nag-one step down? Dapat hindi tayo ma-intimidate sa mga panalo ng DLSU. Coach Boy told the Lady Warriors that because dumidikit ang score, dapat ma-expect ng Lady Warriors na didiktikan talaga sila ng palo ngayon. The Lady Warriors must up their defense, tuluyan na makipagsabayan sa De La Salle University. Kailangan lang naman mag-commit sa attack, sabi ni Coach. Tiyagain at trabahuin ang playing at huwag magtapon ng puntos sa error. Sabi ni Coach, huwag na daw magpaligsahan ng service outside. Team Captain Faith Bulan ended with saying, enjoy lang tayo girls, Eric and Noreen.
Alright, thank you, Cats. Sayang nga yun, pinapoint out ni Coach Dalistan kanina ng first set. As you take a look at this attack by Demicilio, na they gave away some points din sa kanilang service error. So wag na, binibigyan na tayo, wag na nating tulungan ang Lasal. And also, at the same time, sumabay na tayo. I know we're not at the same level right now, pero sumabay tayo because that gives us just more experience. 5-point lead. Lasal, pakinggan natin ang UE.
Ikaw naman, Jasmine, pumasok ka. Naiiwan ka na. Kung saan pumupunta si Abby, doon ka pumupunta. Humiwalay ka kay Abby. Kung pumunta si Abby sa harap, sa kanan, pumunta ka ng kaliwa. Naintindihan mo? Come on, let's go. Pasipan mo. Pasahan mo si Abby ng bola. Wala tayo nakakarating na bola maayos kay Abby.
Ikaw na lang sumugod dati. Hindi, likod ako.
Let's go.
Boy Dalistan complaining about the first reception. Walang nakakarating kay Abigail Ponon, yung setter nila, number 4. Now, balikan natin si Abby Ponon. No? She's the only setter ni Coach Dalistan. No? Rarely has he subbed her.
Yep.
As you see, I think there's...
Kais.
Akais, oo. Pero I think Alcaide had some blood coming out of her nose. I don't know. Pero the play is back on. But Abby Ponon, no, isa sa mga challenges para kay Coach Dalistan is to really get her playing at 100% every time.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is the only setter that's been available para sa Lady Warriors throughout the season.
Yeah, and she, you know, and she has been playing well for Coach Boy. We can see also no, from the start of the season until now this game. Marinig mo sa huddle, walang umabot kay Abby.
Yeah.
The confidence that she diba, gives Abby Ponon, parang set ni Abby yan, diba? I mean, it gives the player really a different perspective in a game.
Manansala is blocked at the net.
And Kim Fajardo.
That's a really huge challenge for anyone to try and spike it through Kim, or nabanggit mo nga, even as a setter, magaling na blocker itong si Kim Fajardo, no? Block of the set from Betadine, 7.5% feminine wash. For Red Days, it's better to be protected.
You know, she covers the down the line so well. Kasi normally, if you're beside Mika Reyes, talagang first instinct is I'm gonna challenge the smaller blocker, diba? Which is Fajardo, but Fajardo's also a tall player and she's very athletic as well. But how she closes the down the line, talagang parang it makes the spiker think more.
Another good set, a positive result para sa Lasal.
Yeah, that was great reception. See, talagang if you have good reception, there's so many options, diba? You can do back quick, running, just great reception from Lasal.
6-point lead for the Lady Spikers in green. Manansala tipping it, twice blocked. Tenacious at the net. Medyo inaayos na ng Lasal yung gameplay nila no, after nasabon sila ni Coach Ramil.
Oh, they're more organized, diba? You can see it. This set, they're more organized, more aggressive. Good cover.
Is there a check? Walang tinawag. It's point for UE. Rarely you see Mika Reyes miss out on a great set like that by Kim Fajardo.
Oh, but it looked like a bit of a miscue between Mika Reyes because she found herself too near the ball.
Oh, nice block at the net.
That's right, and Fajardo giving Desiree Cheng the opportunity, but read well by the UE defense.
Galang. Perfectly timed. What a kill for this very talented young lady. Finished with 18 points in Lasal's win against USD.
Wow, it looked like hitting practice for Ara Galang, and look at the reaction. None.
But yeah, that's the thing about Galang, ano? Very poker face.
Oh, parang it's just another day in the office. Okay, made baon, okay.
Not emotional at all,
No.
in a game.
Nothing great.
I do this every day, so, you know.
Exactly.
Cheng, cross court, yes. And quickly to a 16-10 lead, De La Salle University against UE, set number 2. some students, if I'm not mistaken, maybe USD siguro, no? Getting ready for the big game later. USD still with a chance to get themselves in a three-way tie at the number 4 spot of the standings with 2 wins. They have to win both their remaining games. No ifs and buts about it.
They should start from there and then hope, you know, they're upset somewhere in the games of the opponents.
Yes. And it's a big challenge for them later, Ateneo.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's a good game for both squads, but for USD, diba? No pressure din. Although they want to be in the Final Four, but they just gotta face the game and try to play their game. We've seen that they can play well.
Receptions, wala pa rin yung first balls ng UE, but Bulan really making some wiser decisions in this game. That was a check ball. She wiped off the blockers.
Oh, but we can see that Fajardo and Morano contesting that it did not touch their hand, but their call stays.
11 serving 17. That's just long.
Remember, Coach Boy just said, let's not give away all these services.
That was a concern, and it continues to be para sa UE. Look how far Galang is serving from. It's all the way to the edge of the court.
Oh.
Marano. That's almost automatic. Oh, but wait a minute. Oh, the first referee made a little bit of a mistake there. Awarded the point to UE. But so Marano was incredulous, and then he changed the call, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, even tayo, we parang, we were dumbfounded.
I was saying it was automatic already, and then
that was the sign to UE. That time, parang, huh?
Again, no good first balls para sa UE. Marano. LaSalle point again. 20-11. Biggest lead of LaSalle in this match.
Yeah, and you know, obviously right now they're playing more relaxed, but in a good way. They're being aggressive, but they're enjoying, so that's the better.
This is the LaSalle game.
Yeah.
Not the one we saw in set number 1. That's why Coach Ramil was a little upset after that. This is how LaSalle plays for sure. And now some of the second stringers are coming in. Para sa LaSalle, Kim D will check in. Para kay Cynthia Basilio.
Yeah, now Coach Ramil is rewarding them. Okay, you're playing better.
Okay na.
Pwede na mag-rest.
And D gets her first touch of the game. And ito, this is one of the problems as well. Sakit ng UE ito eh. Pag natalo ng first set, they lose horribly in set number 2.
Yeah. Obviously they get demoralized there, which is what Coach Boy, I'm sure, will work on next season.
Yeah. 9-point lead. LaSalle, what a serve from Marano.
Lucky break for UE. That was a free gift.
D.
UE, good defense.
Much better, definitely. Reyes. She has that knack of finding the opening, you know. She's really not the strongest middle hitter.
Oh. But you know what I like about her? You'll see it. When LaSalle is about to receive, humihingi na siya eh. She'll clap her hand and parang telling Fajardo, I'm ready. Just give it to me when you want to.
Or if and when you want. Bulan. Good save by Marano. She was saying, ay sayang, because I think he was out. Pero she picked it up.
Yeah.
So it's a UE point here. And let's take a look. You can see, I don't know if you're gonna see Marano say, ay sayang.
Tuloy nagulat din si Mika Reyes and D.
Good save.
Barely.
Oh, solid block. Bueno pa si Manansala, pero that gave Mika Reyes perfect timing para ma-block siya.
Yeah, Mika Reyes showing us why she's one of the top blockers here in this season.
10-point lead. LaSalle will listen to Coach Dalistan.
Ganun pa gagawin mo, tutulak mo lang sa plaker. Ano ba ang usapan? Ang usapan natin, patilampunin mo yung bola. Hanapin mo yung pina-outer blocker. Kung kailan nakalutang yung kamay ng blocker, tsaka mo papaloy sa kamay pa ng blocker. Paglipat ng bola, hindi tayo magro-rolyo. Drop ball. Ang drop ball natin, open palm, tulak. Naintindihan? Come on, let's go! Hindi nagtatrabaho ng maayos eh. Kaya naman natin lumaro ng maayos, ayaw niyong gawin. Let's go!
Again, this is what you like about Coach Dalistan. Hindi ka malilito sa instruction eh. Malinaw. Ito ang gagawin. Kulang na lang, ikaw ilagay niya yung parang gawin kang remote control. Yeah. I mean, he really tells you exactly what to do, where to do it, how to do it.
Yeah, obviously he reads the opponents very well. Sinasabi niya, di ba, kung huhulog, open palm, mabilis. And then, you know, when the blockers are there, don't hit it straight to the blocker's hand kasi may respect sila kay Mika Reyes.
Of course. As they should.
Yep.
Indeed, barely making contact with the ball, pero sinuwerte siya doon. And now it's set point. Lasal.
From our vantage, no? Parang alam natin yung miss-hit.
Oo, miss-hit halos eh. Another good server from the Lasal roster, Kim Fajardo. Manansala. That's the way to do it. Yun yung sinasabi sa kanya ni Coach Dalistan eh, no? Doon mo sa smaller blocker, sa labas.
Yes.
Ano ba yun? Ginamit the word, patilamsikin ni Coach Dalistan. And she does it, and take a look at the result.
That's the way to go. You know, of course, if you see, you have to realize who your blockers are. Eh, right? If you see a Mika Reyes, anyone else after is a better chance.
So 2 set points saved by University of the East.
Almost for UE.
But not anymore. Lasal, an easy set again for them with a huge lead towards the end against University of the East. They're playing a lot better. If you can even say that about Lasal, they never really played that bad. 25-16, 25-15. Lasal up 2-0 against UE. Defending champions are playing as expected here with a 2-0 lead against University of the East, 25-16, 25-15. The score doesn't reflect how much better LaSalle played in set number 2. Ang dami nilang errors from set number 1, ano? 9 if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be good to see the numbers here, how much they improved. Although, hindi ganun kalayo yung deficit nila from UE.
Yes, that's right. And you know, LaSalle, I guess, by Coach fielding in the first 6 again in the second set, where all of us expected him to mix it up already. Parang wake-up call sa kanila na, okay, we have to work if we want to rest. You can look at the numbers. 13 attacks compared to 8 for UE, but not bad enough for UE. I mean, they've been playing well in this game. Blocking 3-1, service aces 2-1. You were talking about it. Unforced errors just 5 for LaSalle.
Laki na binaba, no?
That's why they played better in the second set.
And let's see how UE bounces back here in UE's first meeting with LaSalle. Umabot sila ng 20-point mark in the third set. And in their last game also, that was against Ateneo, they were at the 20-point mark in set number 3. So let's see if they bounce back better here and play much more relaxed, and they've really warmed up and gotten their confidence back up to a competitive level.
You're right. And, you know, again, even if they haven't been winning, the quality of the games I keep saying that they have improved throughout the season. Kasi nga, you can see it. They'd win sets from teams, and then sometimes they'd score close, diba? That you're saying, 20 over 20. So, that's what Coach Boy is saying. Basta maglaro tayo ng tama. Win or lose, basta you're happy with the outcome.
Set 3 underway. Nice set.
Oh.
A good block. Alcaide at the net. Then Demicilio will just give a free ball. Adorador is blocked. Demicilio again. just on the line.
You know, Demicilio has been doing that in today's game. Nothing too powerful. I'm just gonna, you know, put it where I want to put it. Diba? Nag-down the line siya. Ganun lang. Placing. Good serve.
Manansala. Whistle on the play and net violation at De La Salle University. Point for UE. Their first of the set.
Again, we were talking about it, no? In this match, maraming net violation from La Salle. I guess a case of over-eager for them.
Hit from Galang, ano?
Sabay mo tayo.
Very powerful.
But again, UE has been digging well, whether they get it, diba, in play or not. They get a hand on it, eh. So they, at least obviously their anticipation is a lot better in today's game.
Now they have to take it to the next level, to the next step, and maybe make a play out of it. Bono unable to get her hands on the ball for the second touch. 3-1.
No, and one thing also I like about UE, kasi you can read, more often than not, you can read the expressions of the players. So alam mo pag discouraged sila, di ba? Yung shoulders nila are kind of nakababa. Parang for them, although they don't win nga, parang they go, you look at their facial expression parang palaban pa rin eh.
It maybe obviously it's because of the fact na wala ng pressure para sa kanila ngayon, ano? So yeah, they're a lot more relaxed and a little bit more confident than the usual that we see them pagka third set, and they've lost the last two.
Oh, that's so true.
Fan favorite Mika Reyes serving at 4-1 De La Salle.
Good serve.
Blocks straight out of bounds. Point para kay Shaya Adorador of UE.
Again, that's what Coach Boy was telling them. Challenge the blockers, diba? Paluin mo sa kamay. What did you say kanina?
Patilams. Oh, parang ganun eh. I can't remember the exact term eh.
I forgot.
Good block. Bulan Ramos right there. Good dig by Ramos one-handed. Bulan is blocked. Hit for that here.
Oh, Desiree Cheng read that very well.
Let's go courtside and check in with Ina Ongsiaco.
Sa volleyball, di pwedeng magkamali kasi puntos din yan ng kalaban mo. Eric and Noreen, these were the first words of Coach Ramil de Jesus to the Lady Spikers as they came into this third set. Coach Ramil says that this is not the way he wants to see his girls playing. Sabi niya yung paglaro nila, hindi tuloy-tuloy at hinto ng hinto. He continues to say that pag nagkamali nga sila, minsan lang dapat at huwag yung paulit-ulit. Captain Abby Marano quickly responded to this and turned to her teammates and simply said, bangon lang tayo guys. Pag nagkamali, malimutan na natin yun. Recover agad. Eric and Noreen.
Thanks, Ina. Well, that's exactly what they did in set number 2, ano? Parang nakalimutan nila yung errors in the first set and really played much better and in control.
Yep, that's the beauty also. You know, Coach Ramil was saying, if you make a mistake, that's a point against you or a point for your opponent. That's the beauty that they changed the system to a rally point from side out. Each point counts. Even your errors, diba? That's a point nga. And so that trains the players to try to be consistent.
And play as perfect as possible.
Yes, and obviously, speaking of perfect, Coach Ramil, a perfectionist in the way he deals with his players.
Expects nothing but your best performance each and every time. That's why he was upset. They won 25-16 in set number 1, pero hindi niya nga pinalatan yung players, and as confirmed by Ina Ongsiaco, na he didn't like the way they performed even after that 9-point win in the first set.
Yep, it's not really the score. Obviously, it's not the score. It's really just how you view it. Happy ka ba sa laro, diba? Output, not really outcome.
Quality, instead of quantity.
Exactly.
Just wide para kay Maraño.
Boy, a couple of...
Ito na naman, yung mga errors from La Salle. They were at, if I'm not mistaken, 6-1 to start set number 3. Pero nabigyan nila ng 4 straight points itong UE. Ramos is serving. Demicilio. little too strong on that reception. Good defense behind the block.
They've been reading the drops.
Yeah. Oh, but they can't read that though. And walang tell ano, sa katawan ni Kim Fajardo at all. You can't tell before she does it. 8-5, LaSalle leading by 3 over UE set number 3. Drive for the win, play of the game from Suzuki Swift Desire. All your desires made compact from Suzuki Way of Life. Now, if you saw that, kita mo ano na, just in the last second, dun lang igagalaw ni Kim Fajardo. So you won't be able to predict just based on her body movement. Kasi yung iba makikita mo eh.
Yeah.
Malayo pa lang alam mo ng balak nila eh. Kim really holds it until the final second. Kaya ang hirap ma-predict.
That's so true. And you know, she does it at a time talagang when you least expect it.
Yeah. Kasi others you can tell ito gagawin niya to at this, you know, stage of the rally and stuff like that. Pero si Kim Fajardo, it's tough.
Keeps your opponents guessing. Kasi sometimes she'll do it start pa lang ng game. Minsan she'll do it middle of the game. Talagang walang pattern. Yeah. Oh, nawili na siya.
Fajardo to Demicilio. Good defense again by UE. Manansala firing. Good save by Fajardo. Galang off speed. Good shot for her and good choice. Let's go to Katsalaw.
All throughout the season, napansin natin na mahilig si Coach Boy sa specific and clear instructions. And ang sabi ni Coach Boy sa Lady Warriors, ang napansin niya, pag o-opensa na ang UE, pumapasok ang depensa ng DLSU. And with this, Coach Boy said that we should not, therefore prepared ang Lady Warriors at ang DLSU kahit anong lakas ng palo ng UE na kukuha ng LaSalle. With this, Coach said, focus on drop balls up the court, pulutangin ang mga bola and give them a hard time to dive for those kinds of attacks. Coach Boy advised the girls, tanggalin na natin ang mentalidad na kapag malakas ang bola, maganda ang tira. Minsan, mas maganda at mas effective ang matalinong tapik ng bola. Earlier, your guys mentioned Appy Ponon as the setter, rarely sub. She actually faced season 7-6 as UE's lone setter. And sabi ni Coach Ponon is the only one he trusts for the position now. But no worries, next season, UE does have someone to come and train with them, Eric and Arene.
Alright, thank you, Cats. May timeout tayo on the floor. We'll go to UE.
Importante lang kasi organize yung sarili niya. Watak-watak tayo eh. Wala kayong ginagawang tama, lahat mali eh. Pati kilos natin, puro pigil eh. Trabaho lang kasi. Hindi ko naman kayo pine-pressure kung ano yung gagawin niya. Ang hinihingi ko lang sa inyo, gawin nyo lang ng tama. Pag nagawa mo ng tama, okay ang magagawa natin eh.
Bawi tayo, bawi. Tara!
Pagbago na sa sarili nyo.
Let's go!
A lot of the points of LaSalle in, you know, last 4 or 5 minutes have been from errors ng UE, and yun nga yung pinapoint out ni Coach Boy Dalistan. Gawin lang natin ang tama, depensa, reception, and all that, because pag ginawa natin, I'll be, you know, he didn't say it, but obviously he's gonna be happy because at least you know that they're trying and they're doing it the right way.
Right. And when you do it the right way, you know, you'll be rewarded more often than not, and your outcome will be better.
A lot of these drop shots are off speed. Itong LaSalle, puro dun lang eh. At least the last 3 points, dun lang sa gitnang yon. Hinuhulog. Great play by Sid Demicilio from Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Expect more from the small sedan.
Well, it's just funny that I just said na, oh, they've been reading the drop balls of LaSalle very well after that. Parang LaSalle scored a couple of points from the drop balls.
Doon sa gitna talaga eh. We'll see if they can adjust. Still very early here in this set.
Good serve by Ponon.
And again, another attempt to drop there. Medyo mahina naman yung dump ni Reyes. The block again. If they can't get it on offense, they'll get it on defense. That's a problem if you're going up against LaSalle.
Oh, you know, even just the mere presence of Amiga Reyes will intimidate the spikers to even hit it into the net.
Great anticipation there by Alcaide. Adorador just on the line.
That's what Coach Boy is saying. Let's gawa lang natin ng tama, di ba? You know, the result will just be an effect.
Owishi oh wow moment of the game open up to everyday surprises. You see the respect by Lasal as well kay Adorador, no? Three lady block yun.
Oo. And diba, we keep mentioning Dorador and you know how the future of this UE squad with her as the foundation.
They have definitely a bright future ahead. Owishi oh wow moment of the game open up to everyday surprises. This is what UE needs to work on as well, yung preparedness nila in each and every rally, you know, not just after that medyo titigil tayo sa galaw. They have to be active all the time as long as the ball is alive.
Yep.
Be active on the floor.
That's right. And you know, you have to wait till the referee blows his whistle. If it's not, game resumes, game still at play.
Manansala wins the joust, but a net violation, yes. She's trying to weasel her way out of it.
Yeah.
Pero I think she did really touch the net. Kita.
Oh, pero deny.
Ito nga nasabi ni Doc Ian Lauren, ano? Wala naman yata umaamin na player.
That's right. Parang foul sa basketball, eh?
Exactly. Manansala is blocked. Underhand set by Ponon to Adorador. Blocked again. That's that tenacious defense ng Lasal. Ooh, but Ponon getting lucky off the tape of the net.
That's right. That through Cerveza off time siya in that play. But again, good coverage by UE there.
Galang. Bulan.
Oh, wasted opportunity.
That ball was almost on the way, and then pinulungan nila ni D for that point. 16-9 Lasal over UE set number 3. Back here at the arena in San Juan. Lasal in full control here, 2-0, and 16-9 set number 3 against University of the East.
You can see the crowd building, no, in the anticipation for that the next game, Ateneo USD. Well, Cheng now serving for Lasal, who wants to pull away na rin. And actually end this game na para they can rest. Kasi di ba we were talking about it before this game. The more they prolong it, you risk injuries.
And accidents. You're never able to tell stuff like that from, you know, during a game. So
Substitution, Francis Linkais will be serving for Shaya Adorador.
Kais is coming in for Shaya.
Right. Obviously a serve specialist and a defensive one also at that.
Perfect timing, Cerveza. She's done that a couple of times already. And ang ganda rin kasi nung hatid, ano, ni Kim Fajardo. It's like, parang, it's like an alley-oop para sa basketball, ano? It's almost there. You just have to sort of tip it, give it some more pace.
Pero it's the hatid, no, so to speak. It's the most important part of that rally. And obviously, that's where Kim Fajardo comes into play. She does that. If she's not the best, one of the best.
Bulan just wipes it off. The block of Fajardo. Great job by the veteran.
Oh, and substitution, Esperanza in, and Tan. More shuffling for Coach Ramil.
It's about time na magpasok na siya ng ibang players to really give the starting six a huge rest before the big game against National University on Saturday.
Yep, and on cue, no, Tan delivers a point for Lasal.
18-11, set number 3, Lasal.
save by Lasal.
That was low though para kay Tan.
She buries that into the net. But you know, it's nice nga also for Lasal. It gives really the second stringers opportunity to feel the flow of you know, the first six. And you know, Coach Ramil naman, even in important games, he does that. He'll bring, let's say Aragalang is off that day, she'll put in D or Tan or Cerveza, you know, so he really mixes it up.
Mika Reyes will sit down maybe for the final time as Mary Joy Baron will check in para sa Lasal.
Oh, a glimpse of Lasal's future.
Yeah.
Diba?
Manansala above the block and out of bounds. So slowly but surely now Lasal inching its way to another sweep of University of the East.
That's right, UE committing their unforced errors, which is what Coach Boy doesn't want. Basta, he always stresses, tama, yung gawa natin tama.
Demesilio with the block. And that's block of the set from Betadine, 7.5% feminine wash for red days. It's better to be protected. We'll go to the UE timeout.
Para bumuka yung dalawa. Okay lang yan. Kung magdalawa rito, basta ka na gagalaw naman yan eh. Sure ball, gagalaw to eh. It's either bigay mo rito or ibigay mo rito. Sure ball, gagalaw yung gitna. Naintindihan? Come on, let's go. Pagbaba mo, Jasmine. Pagbaba mo, doon sa 4, ha? Come on, let's go.
Coach Boy Davistan, his mom celebrating her 76th birthday today.
I mean, that's, you just love it, no? When you greet yung mga moms sa 70 plus, close to 80, you know, parang talagang gift of life talaga.
Definitely. That's straight to the tape of the net para kay Alcaide.
Again, no, that's an effect of a good block on a spiker, because it makes the spiker think na rin, bablocking ako nito. It makes the spiker change sometimes things that she doesn't have to.
Just that mental aspect, ano, of para sa spikers and how they should approach each and every attack.
Yep, and Lasal now, actually even the new ones, you can see what they're bringing to this Lasal team, aside from, you know, young, fresh legs. You can see yung eagerness for them.
And what's very unfortunate para sa UE is they can't capitalize on this opportunity na puro second stringers nga itong pinasok ng De La Salle University, and yet they've thrown away at least the last 3 points ng Lasal. Adorador comes back in with UE down by 10 here.
Yeah, commanding lead by Lasal, but if you're UE, you just want a, you know, gracious ending. Yeah, yun lang yun eh. And again, Coach Boy will say naman, don't look at the score. It's a good play.
Yeah. Baron scores her first point and puts Lasal at match point as well, 24-13. One more substitution here as Aragalang will finally get a rest and D comes back in.
Yep, so a really different first six altogether for Coach Ramil.
Dorador. Good dig.
Oh.
That's the yun nga yung sinasabi natin, no? Medyo error prone itong second lineup ni Coach Ramil. Something that UE could have taken advantage of, but it's a little too late at this point.
Yeah, but you know, it's just makandili for example, it's the second ball and dapat kay Esperanza talaga yan.
And finally, Esperanza puts it away on the second touch, 25-14. Very unfortunate. UE unable to show their gameplay without the pressure of making it to the Final Four and all of that, because their score in the third set didn't even crack the 20-point mark. as compared to previous matches. So De La Salle, a complete sweep of University of the East
Yeah,
in
Lasal,
season
Lasal well on their way to that match against NU.
NU. Season 76 domination, De La Salle over UE. As you see the scores on your TV screens. So we'll be back to wrap this up after these. De La Salle University going up to 13-0 with a win here over the Lady Warriors, who dropped to 0-13. Let's take a look at our RCBC life-changing move from RCBC Savings Bank's My Loans. It's life-changing.
Well, you can see again from good reception, LaSalle takes advantage of that. Abby Marano, their team captain, just showing the way here in this match.
Excellent job, De La Salle University. They were a little bit shaky in the first set, which got Coach Ramil a little bit upset, pero umayos sila ng laro. Na-frustrate ng konti, pero umayos yung laro nila. Second and third for a complete and overwhelming domination of University of the East. Our Gatorade-fueled player of the game from Gatorade Win From Within is Kim Fajardo, and she is with Ina Ongsiaco.
Now, Kim, medyo mabagal yung start nyo ng first set at saka medyo marami din yung errors nyo. What contributed to this at paano rin kayo nag-bounce back from this?
Mga errors po, siguro nawalan din kami ng kumpiyansa, tsaka yung receive, tsaka yung libero kasi namin medyo yung second libero po namin yung naglaro. Tapos, yun.
Now, can you tell me, kasi palaging sinasabi nila na medyo unpredictable. Pag ikaw yung nagsiset, di natin alam kung saan mo itatapon yung bola. Ngayon, paano nyo, nako-communicate nyo yung play nyo pag ganito yung laro mo?
Siyempre, kailangan ng, lalo na sa mga nasa likod, yung mga magre-receive, kailangan ng perfect receive para ma-execute yung play. So, yun, more on na kailangan na kausapin yung mga tao sa likod.
Thank you, Kim. Do you want to say hi to anyone before we leave?
Hi sa mami ko, sa daddy ko, and sa tita Merly ko from Canada, and Kuya Albert, and tita Len, hello, and happy birthday kay Jai De Jesus, and congratulations kay Ate Cyril at kay Kuya Onek Bernardo, and hi to Angel and Pamela Madapa.
So there you have it. That was our Gatorade Fueled Player of the Game. I'm Kim Fajardo. Back to you, Eric and Ernie.
Thank you, Ina. A little surprising na sinabi ni Kim Fajardo na walang kami ng kumpiyansa in the first. Like, really?
Yeah.
Nasaan walang kumpiyansa?
Seriously?
That's surprising. Ateneo, taking on USD in the second game of your Wednesday doubleheader. Para sa USD, must win to get a chance at forcing a three-way tie at the number 4 spot. Para sa Ateneo, it's a no-brainer na this game. No bearing, I'm sorry. They are already secured at third.
Yes, that's right. And again, for those who are watching or USD fans, you are not out of it. The USD's got to win the remaining games and hope to tie either Adamson or FE or a triple tie in that fight for the Final Four.
That's true. USD, a really tough job ahead. They've been an up and down sort of a team. They've had good games and they had really horrible games. So this is the day they need that good game.
They do, and if they want to really, have a chance in that Final Four, they got to win today.
They start today. USD will be in a must-win situation as they take on Ateneo. Kanina natalo ang UE over LaSalle. Thanks to our director Raul De Ocampo and producer and birthday celebrant Malu Neri. For Kat Salaw, Ina Ongsiaco, my partner Noringo, I'm Eric Tipan. Thanks for watching and enjoy the second game. Ateneo USD next dito lang sa ABS-CBN Sports in Action.
This is the UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Greatness never ends.